Welcome in. We have done it. I am on location. Just kidding. Not my normal setup as usual. So here we go. Welcome in. We are in to start sit week 4 final countdown just ahead of the games. And it looks like a bunch of you have already started. So let's go ahead and start rolling. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. Tank, should I start Acres or Swift? I'm completely away from Swift, so I'm rolling out Acres here. Just a lot of opportunity, especially with mixing out Swift. I think it's actually going to be fighting with Johnson moving forward. So terrified of that. Ryan, let's see. Welcome in JSN or Jameson Williams. Gino, this is an ideal situation for JSN. Really should be capable of doing that dump off with Geno Smith. And so if that's how it's going to work out, I'm more than willing to roll him out. Williams, again, this should be a higher scoring game, so there's opportunity for Williams. It's just a lot riskier because of how the targets are being distributed. Follow up. Need one for flex spot. Brown, Douglas, Leggett, or Downs. It's probably going to be Leggett for me. With Thielen out, I think Dalton's really going to have to sling, and I think there's a lot of opportunity there. So rolling him out. Demand, welcome in. Olave or Shaheed. That's really up in the air. I'm probably still going Olave. I know it's a hamstring, but with a lot of O-line injuries for the Saints, I think he's going to be a closer target than Shaheed will be. And then I'm going to go Moss and Dobbins. I'm just worried about Walker. I know he's coming back, but there's just a lot of risk there. Nope, another one. Love or Richardson. That's terrifying. I'm still probably going Richardson. I'm just nervous that Love gets a re-injury, and so I'm kind of staying away from that the best I can. Hey, Chris, welcome in. Love or Gino. This is where I'm more going back to Smith. A lot of upside potential. Oh, and then Richardson or Rogers. I'm going to go Rogers. I think he's a safer play. Hey, DJ, please, welcome back. 2 QB, full PPR. Moss, Hubbard, Allen, Shakir, Mooney. Probably going to be Hubbard for sure. Allen's just getting back, so there's some risk there. That's tough. It's either Allen or Moss there. There's just so much upside with both of those players. But I'm probably going to go Allen because I think they wouldn't have him playing if he wasn't healthy. So welcome in, Joseph. Ayuk, London, Kobe Myers need 2. I'm probably going to sit London this week just because Myers is set for a big workload without Adams and Mayer being there. And then Ayuk, I think it's really the only one healthy. I know that they have everybody going, but a lot of risk there involved. And so I'm trying to stay away from that the best I can, Joseph. All right, Zach. Pick 2. Chuba, Kenneth Walker, Cam Akers. Definitely going to be Chuba, and then I'm probably going Akers again. I'm just nervous with Walker. It's a tough matchup for him, as well as this was going to be ideal for Charbonnet with the pass catching ability, but makes me more nervous for Walker trying to do that through the tough Detroit line. All right, Omar. Let's see. Fields, Geno, or Darnold. Fields is probably your safest play, but I love the upside of Geno. The games against the Lions have more or less hit the over every time, with the lowest scoring game being 70 points in the past 2 matchups. So a lot of upside potential there. But again, it's risky because both teams aren't playing super. Just answered that. Okay. All right, Justin. Keenan Allen or Ridley. With Hopkins back, I'm still going to go Allen here. I just think there's not enough time for him to really throw. So getting away from that the best I can. With Ridley, sorry. All right, TF, welcome in. Need Anthony Richardson, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams are my 3 options. It depends on how big of a bettor you are. I'm going to go Richardson here. I think he offers a lot of upside, but it is clearly risk-based. They really need to get him running. That's been my issue with him the entire time. But of those options, he still has the most upside. Really like Love. I think there's opportunity there. Again, I'm just worried about him staying healthy for the entirety of the game. Omar. Okay. Need 2 with, again, if it's PPR, you're probably going to go Ayuk and Monty. But honestly, your safest bet is Montgomery and Hubbard. I think they're going to be a lot of usage, and Hubbard's getting used in near the end zone, which is a big plus for me. Welcome in, Walker. Akers to Swift. It's still Akers. Man, I'm scared of Swift. Seeing him run and how they've been using him hasn't been ideal, and Johnson really just showed up against him last week. Straight cash. Welcome back. Johnson, Devontae, Waddle. Oof. That's tough. I'm probably going to go Johnson just because he's been high pointing it. But it's terrifying. If you're wanting to play it safe, it's probably Waddle, but that's still ugly with Huntley. I'm curious to see how they end up distributing targets. And Vikings or 49ers. It's going to be the Vikings for me. Woo. Don't even know how to say the name. All right, Walker or Irving. That's tough. Both are coming off. Well, Irving was limited earlier in the week, so I'm probably still rolling him out just because I'm nervous on Walker in the matchup. Morning, Polo. 2 questions. Okay. Pick 3. So I sit one. I'm probably going to sit a Dunze there. It's close. The half PPR makes it close between him and Godwin. If you want to play it safe, it's probably Godwin. Adunze has been more risky, especially with Allen coming back. That could be an additional issue. Pick one, full PPR, Akers or Olave. I'm still probably playing it safe just because Olave has been dealing with a hamstring, which is making me nervous. I'm probably going to roll Akers there. Straight cash, Lover Baker. Still going to roll it safe here and go Baker. Joseph, need 1 wide receiver and flex. It's going to be Hubbard and I want to say DK, but I think I'm going to play it safe and go Harris here. Just take the pure volume plays there, Joseph. Oh, another Joseph. Love the pick. How's it going, man? Tutu Atwell or Alec Pierce? I mean, still going to roll out Tutu. Guy Steve is saying he's going to score today, so I'm going to roll with it and hope for the best. And then JSN. I like how Brown's being used, but I think this is a really good matchup for JSN. BTFU, welcome in. Fields or Williams? It's going to be Fields. Just trust him and how he's moving the ball recently. I mean, he did a really good job against the Chargers, so I've been super impressed with that. All right, Aaron. Revenge game. Take that narrative all day, baby. It's Cooper. Okay, Tony. Welcome back, man. Been a minute. Need to grab a wide receiver because of injury. Tutu out. It's going to be 2-2. I do understand a lot of upside for Trey. It's just so risky because that offense looks busted. I really just think it's going to end up being a lot of Myers and Brock Bowers. So we'll see how it actually ends up looking. All right, Bronx. Anthony Richardson and Dalton. It's going to be Dalton. Thanks, man. Yeah. I love Dalton. I talked about it on Wednesday. A lot of upside. It is risky, but the way Richardson been playing, I'm definitely kind of staying away from it. All right, Mr. Mad Bear. All right, great picture. Have Akers, Shakir, Ridley for 2 spots, 2 sits. Ridley. I'm absolutely terrified of the Tennessee offense outside of Hopkins right now. So Hopkins, Pollard, and Spears are the ones that I'm looking at for Tennessee. Hey, Cobb. Not Randall, I hope. Which RB? It's PPR, so I'm probably going to go White, but I understand he's been dealing with illness. So I wouldn't be surprised if Irving gets more usage. I'm just, again, both of them popped up on the injury report this week, and that's just terrifying. All right, Mark. Welcome in. Jennings, Ridley, Kirk, Waddle. I need 3. Again, I'm going to sit Ridley. Just terrifying. It's close between him and Waddle. We just don't know what Huntley's going to be with that offense, but a lot more hope for that offense in general. Ruben, welcome back. Good morning to Odunze, Thomas, Allen, or Johnson. Man, I really want to go the Bears there, but that's just too much work. I think I'm going to go Allen and Brian Thomas. Allen's just coming back. A lot of opportunity when he was in there that first game, and then Brian Thomas is just seeing so many targets, it's hard to get away from him. Hey, straight cash. Baker, Carr. Man, you're just going through all of the quarterbacks today. It's going to be Baker, just because his O-line's a little healthier. Carr's O-line being a little busted makes me nervous, so staying away from it the best I can. Hey, Will. Half PPR. Need 3. Will, Waddle, Adunze, Sutton, Dobbs, Addison. Ooh, that's tough. It's probably going to be Adunze, Sutton, and Addison. I know he's just coming back, but I think there's a lot more upside in that game. All right, DJ, round 2 thoughts on tight end. Conklin, Fant, Henry, Gasecki, Otten, Kraft. I'll leave. That's all of them. I told y'all on Wednesday I like Conklin a lot, especially with Wilson seeing Surtain. A lot of opportunity there. Outside of that, man, that's a landscape for sure. All right, Ryan, let's see. PPR, Pollard, Lockett, Lazard, Williams. It's going to be Lazard here. Because it is PPR. If it was half or even standard, definitely be Pollard. I think there's a lot of opportunity for him, but with Wilson seeing Surtain, too much upside for Lazard here. All right, G. Oh, got it. All right, G. Let's see. Lost McBride, Henry, Fairmouth. Man, that's tough. It's probably going to be Fairmouth, but it's close with Conklin. I really have them back to back, so I'm okay with either of them. Well, seriously, you're giving me the tough ones this early? Need 2. Jones, Warner, Landry, Jay, Bolton. Probably going to go with Phillips and Bolton. I'm going to take your last 2 there. That's brutal. All right, Ellen. Drop 1, full PPR. Oh, you're dropping 1. Oh my gosh. Probably worthy. I know. I want to drop Pittman too. It's just too risky right now. SW1, welcome in. Conklin or Andrews. It's going to be Conklin. Again, nervous about that offense with the tight ends and how they're being used until they decide what they're going to do. I'm staying away from the best I can. Anthony, welcome in. I got Nico and Diggs. Also, I've got one. Need 2. I mean, at this point, you might as well just roll out your Texans and hope for the best because it's terrifying out there. Let's see here. All right, Francisco. Why aren't you popping up? There it goes. All right, Yahoo Standard. Kirk, Johnson, Brown, or Myers. Talked about it earlier. I'm really high on Myers because, again, I like how he's been being used without Adams. I think there's more opportunity. I'm a little. Oh, you didn't start Dowdle? That's. Try to warn you. Yeah, I was worried about Mixon being out, but I do think Myers offers the most upside here. The next closest is probably going to be Kirk. Just got to see more from Johnson before he really gets the full workload there. All right, well, let's see. Laporta, Pittman, McConkey, Jennings, or Hopkins. Need 2. It's going to be Hopkins and McConkey here. Jennings is dealing with everybody being back and healthy, so definitely staying away from that. And then Pittman being with A-Rich makes me too nervous. Laporta just getting back. I'm kind of curious to see if that offense can't get going, but yeah, I'm staying away from it the best I can. BTFU, welcome in. Higgins or Ford. It's PPR. I mean, there's more upside in Higgins, but it's just Ford has a great matchup. It's a lot easier. Higgins is still going to be the second behind Chase. It just makes me nervous, but really don't think you go wrong with either. I think both will get you to the points that you're looking for. I just think that Ford has a little safer floor. Omar, Terry, or Dobbins. It's still going to be McLaurin. More upside. I understand Dobbins has looked really good, but with the Chargers O-line being beat up, I'm terrified. Hey, Daniel, you made it in. Pick 2. Oh, for Angela. Okay, yeah, sure. All right, Angela, let's see. Assuming she starts at Moss at RB. We're going to roll out probably going to go Pollard and Myers. Well, It's close between Myers and Ford. I'm probably going to go. It's PPR. I'm going to go Ford to Myers. Is Olave playing? Is he worth starting? Yes, he is playing. And it really depends on other options. It makes me nervous just because, like I said, that O-line's been beat up, and he is dealing with a hamstring injury, which always makes me nervous. God, for Richardson. Again, the Lions game is Lions Seahawks game is one of the highest scoring games every time they've played. They've been over 70 points total. So I'm still going to roll out Goff and just hope this Lions team gets right in this game. All right, D-man. Steele, Palmer. That's tough. I am probably going to roll out Steele here. I think it gives you a safe floor. He should see a majority of the work. It's close with Palmer, but Palmer's just getting back. The rest of that's just too much up in the air, too much risk. So, yeah, just roll with Steele and hope for the best. All right. Tony. Montgomery, Brian Robinson. Yeah. Montgomery is your safe floor here, but it's really depending on what you need between him and Thomas. All right. Okay, Xavier. Olave or feel comfortable start Johnson. I'm probably going to go Johnson just to be safe. Again, Olave dealing with injury has been iffy. And then I'm going to go with Moss. All right, one sec. All right, sorry about that. Okay. All right, Lance. They're not SD anymore. It's going to be Vikings, especially without Derwin James. It's just brutal. And yeah, Allen's a lot safer. Need wide receiver help. Pick one. Let's go with. It has to be Wilson. I want to say Pittman, but until I actually see something from him, he's just too risky. Kamara, Jacobs. If Kamara was healthy, I'd definitely be all over that. But since it's also standard, Jacobs is just seeing a ton more touches. Need two. White, Shaheed, Allen. It's probably going to be Allen and Shaheed, but it's close with White. Yeah, I think that's how I'd roll there. Okay, fat boy. Allen or Christian Kirk. I still think I play the safe play here with Allen. I know he's just coming back, but we saw how much he was getting used in that first game, and gave me a lot of hope for him moving forward. All right, Juan. Olave or Pickens? It's probably going to be Pickens just because, again, Olave dealing with injury has me nervous. So. Alrighty. There we go. All right, need to drop one. I can't pull a trigger. If you're dropping one, it's probably going to be Ridley. It's close with Addison, but I think you're okay either way. I just think there's more upside with how the Vikings have been rolling lately. All right, fat boy, back to you. Chase, Harrison Jr., Flowers, or Dunze. I'm assuming that's Jamar Chase. So it's going to be Chase, Harrison, and Flowers. I like Odunze, but with Allen back, I need to see how that target distribution works out. Etienne or Johnson. It's PPR. You have to go Johnson. Etienne's just not being used enough in that workload, and he should be the wide receiver one for that team. One, welcome. Jacobs or Moss. It's PPR. It's probably going to be Moss, just because they got away from Jacobs the last time they were out there from actually throwing the ball to him. But and then Wilson's coming in makes me nervous as well. All right, Joel, welcome in. Daniels for love. Yeah, I wish I understand starting Reed. I just can't do it with Love just getting back. It's a high ankle. I know Herbert dealt with it, but I still think I'm rolling out Daniels with the rushing floor. Phil. Oh, with Dell out, Schultz has moved up way. I think he's a top 5 tight end for me this week. So it's going to be Schultz. Akers or Stevenson? I'm going to roll with Stevenson here. No, can't do it. Just kidding. It's Akers. Steve. I don't like how they're using Stevenson, and that offense can't do anything with Akers. And well, with Mixon out, Akers is must start. Ooh, brain fart there. All right, David. Pick 2: Evans, Olave, Reed. It's going to be Reed, and then who? Probably Olave, but man, Evans just has really struggled against the Eagles in the time that he's been playing. It's been freaky, so I'm staying away from him the best I can. Cook or Moss, it's going to be half PPR. Man, it's probably Moss just because I think the matchup's a lot better. But Cook is safer just because it's how they've been using him. Also doesn't have Chase Brown there to cause an issue, and if they get up, they could easily go back to that. So I'm going to go Moss and just hope for the best. Yeah. Bexasy, welcome in. That's a fun name. Ridley, Kirk, Pittman, or Steele. It's probably Kirk because it's PPR, but it's all risky. I think the safest risk is going to be Steele just because I expect him to see a majority of the touches, and Chargers are going to be struggling with all the injuries that they have. So Ike, welcome in. Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers. Brutal. I guess I'm going to go Rodgers, but I don't love either of them this week. Again, I wish I knew Love was healthy, but the Vikings D has actually looked really good. And so if the Vikings take over, they'd pull Love and put in Malik. So rolling out Rodgers. All right, Colby, welcome. Pollard, Bucky, Leggett. It's half. Man, it's probably Pollard, but it's close with Leggett. I just think Pollard's a much safer play this week. A lot of opportunity. Leggett is taking over the Thielen role, so there's a lot of opportunity there too as well. But go and roll Pollard. Cediasep. All right. That one's harder. Quentin Johnson versus Pittman versus it's Alan Lazard. Quentin Johnson's probably gonna see McDuffie when he's there. And then Pittman, it's hard to trust him with Richardson right now. So go and roll out Allen. Keenan Allen and Dunze. I'm still going to take Allen. I know it's a lot riskier, but just the floor play that he offers, him coming back is going to get the short area targets Komet was saying. I know Dunze has a lot of upside, but got to see it. I mean, with all of them there, I just really think that Allen's the one that you want. F. Montgomery and Achane. With Huntley running that offense, I'm a little more stable with him, and Gibbs hasn't been what you expected. So, all right, AW Stash, Johnson or CEH? That is a good question. I mean, CEH is on a better offense, but the fact that it isn't something that's physical that's keeping me out of the game, I think you want to stash Johnson right now. I was high on CEH. We talked about it on the 32 teams, 32 days. But I think I'm going to go with Johnson there, and then Baker, Love, or drop Baker and pick up Darnold. I would probably drop Baker and pick up Darnold and just have that game go and hope for the best. All right, well, need one. Reed, White, Steeler, Judy. It's going to be Reed. Just a lot of upside. The way they use him, especially with Jordan Love back, gives him a lot more opportunity. You have to hope they can move the ball. Pick one. Harris, Pickens, Reed, Shakir. That's tough. Really like your first, well, really all those options. But I think the most upside goes to Reed with Pickens, or it's close between. It's probably Harris as your safest play, but I think Reed definitely has the most upside, especially with how they use him. Hey, Peter. Jacobs or Ayuk? It's going to be Ayuk. A lot more upside. Again, I got to see how Wilson's get sprinkled in moving forward. It's also not a great matchup for Jacobs. So, see how it goes. Gonna roll out Ayuk. Yeah, yo, mama. Welcome back. NJS. Mooney or Williamson. I'm not sure who NJS is. Maybe it's JSN, and my dyslexia is messing with me. I'm probably going to go Mooney because he's the safest play. If you're searching for upside, it's probably JSN, but it's close. Peter, welcome in. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to say Williams. Man, that's brutal. Yeah, man, I'm sorry on that one. And what about Evans or Deontay? It's going to be Johnson. I just think it's a lot safer play. Evans and his history, man, it's been brutal. All right. Island golfer. I'm much jealous of that. I like golfing on islands. 2-2 or White. I'm assuming that's Rashad White. Rashad White. Golly. So White is probably safer, but 2-2 just has so much upside. It's hard to get away from it. So rolling out 2-2. Hey, Bibbs, welcome back, man. Good morning. Jakar, Stafford, Rogers. Super flex. You want me to start 2 there? Yeah, I'm probably Stafford and Rogers. It's close with Carr, but I'm good with those 2. Carr's O-line being beat up definitely makes it easier, a little easier. Oh, man, we're down to 30 minutes already. All righty. Anybody? All right, Dan. Let's see. Olave, Robinson, McLaurin, JSN. Robinson's your safe play here. If you want to chase the upside, it's more likely going to be JSN, but still a lot of risk involved with it. Ramon, welcome. Jennings or Debo? It's going to be Debo. I am just absolutely terrified of Jennings with everybody back. Yeah, it's Mooney to be safe. He's actually outscoring London. And then I'm probably going to go JSN if you want the upside over Mooney. All right. Status Primo, maybe? All right. Anyway, yeah, you're still rolling out Debo. Naylor with Addison coming back hurts, and then Worthy hasn't consistent or seeing enough targets to be worth anything. Jennings with Debo just makes me terrified, so I'm staying away from it. All right, sure, Gash. Currently starting bench Ackers. Of them, I'm probably going to start Ackers. So I'd bench Etienne. Only one you might do outside of that would be Shahid, but that's, again, I think you're pretty set either way. EK, Shakir, or White. Still taking Shakir. I think he's safer. White coming off of illness makes me a little nervous. So staying away from that the best I can. E-Money, Etienne, or Akers. It's still going to be Akers with mixing out. Like how he's being used, and is a really nice matchup for him. Good morning, Frank. Shahid or Jennings. With Debo back, it's going to be Shahid. I don't love either of those options, unfortunately. But, yeah, that's brutal. All right, Lil J, welcome back, man. Pick 2. Shakir, Steele, Walker, or Ford. It's going to be Ford, and then probably Shakir because it's PPR. Steele would be the next one if you want to play it safe. I'm just completely off of Walker versus the Lions. Been really good. All right, Jose, pick 2. So it's super flex. Okay, it's going to be Fields and probably Rodgers. Still think that game's low scoring, but I don't really trust the other two at this point. If I were, it'd probably be Williams if you're chasing maybe upside, but Richardson really hasn't showed me a whole lot to trust him right now. So Taylor, they're killing everybody. That's for sure. Dotson or Allen. It's going to be Allen. Like how it's being used. I don't like Dotson's usage or how they are spreading the ball around, even with everybody out. So there's potential there. It's just risky as heck. G-turn. Wilson, Pittman, Reed, Hopkins, or Addison. It's going to be Reed and Hopkins. Yeah. I don't like any of the other matchups. Addison's interesting, but he's just coming back, so. All right, Bex. Let's see. Ridley, Kirk, Pittman, Steele. Still your safe play with Kirk having potential upside, but there's just so much risk there and the inconsistency of play. So it depends what you need. I'm probably rolling out Steele. PPR kind of makes me lean. But all right, Blaine. Rashad Waddle. White's more likely to be a safe play. I just have to see how Huntley distributes the ball. Till we know that for sure, it's too difficult to trust anybody not named Hill or Achane. All right, little J. Shakir, Steele, Ford, Walker. It's going to be Ford and it's standard now. It's going to be Ford and Steele. Take the safe play. All right, Francisco. Michael Wilson, Myers, or Dortch. It's going to be Myers. It's close. I think Dortch is actually the one who benefits the most with McBride being out, but they've been looking to Wilson in the end zone. So still thinking Myers with the more looks. Johnson, Reed, or Shakir. It's probably Reed. I like Johnson a lot, but I think that Reed is still being used in a great way. And with Love coming back, there's a lot of opportunity. All right, straight cash. It's going to be Schultz. With Dell out, he gets the bump up. Should see enough targets to be useful. And Gesicki with Higgins back makes me just too nervous. I'm staying away from the best I can. Gravel, welcome in. Johnston or Kirk? It's going to be Kirk. Again, Johnson should have a lot of McDuffie on him. I'm nervous that Herbert doesn't play the whole game because the O-line is all beat up. So all is scary. All right, Phil, need one. I'm Pollard, Waddle, Dobbs, Davis. I'm probably going to go Pollard. I think it's the safest play. And Davis has been dealing with injury. Dobbs is just, we'll see how he looks with Love back. And then Waddle's up in the air. So staying away from him best I can. Need a tight end. Kittle or Gesicki? Sure. I'm going to say Kittle, but that's rough. I don't like either option this week just because Kittle's just getting back. Great picture, though. Thundercats, ho! Omar, welcome in. Akers or Allen, it's going to be Akers. Too many opportunities. Allen's still behind Hall. Yeah, it's still going to be Akers. All right, Dan. Pat or Gasecki? Henry, Parkinson. It's probably Freiermuth still, but it's close with Henry. Still think you're okay, though. Still think roll out Freiermuth there. Seti Sept, welcome. Pick 2. Akers versus Shaheed versus Williams versus Johnson. Taking the first 2. It's going to be Akers and Shaheed. Just nervous about the other ones. Williams probably is the next one if you don't want to trust Shaheed with the busted O-line for the Saints. All right, Lil J. Addison, Reed, Jennings, Steele. Reed and I just got to see Addison first. I'm going to go Reed and Steele here. All right, well, Justice Hill or Steele. It's PPR. It's a good matchup for him. My only worry is that they continue to use Henry so much. I'm probably taking Steele just because he's guaranteed more touches. Is closer than expected, though. All right, Bradley. Baker, Fields, Geno. Fields is your safe play. If you want more upside or projected to lose, play Geno. A lot more upside potential there. Like I said, that game's supposed to be one of the higher scoring ones based on historical data. All right. Marcus. Needed flex. Jennings, P. Ryan, Edwards, Debo. It's still going to be Debo. Just a lot of risk with the other ones. Especially with Hunt coming in. All right. Gravel, Kirk, Allen. Oh, it's Allen Lazard. Wilson's going to see a lot of Surtain. Should give a lot of opportunity for Lazard to have a big game. And him and Rodgers are clearly on the same page. So, makes it easy. Deloom. Pick one. White, McCaffrey, Chandler, Charbonnet. That one's tough. I am probably going to throw out McCaffrey, but that's all not ideal. I'm sorry. All right, Dan. Let's see. Ford, Brian. I'm assuming it's just one. So I'm probably going to go with Robinson and the guaranteed workload that he's going to have with Eckler out. I feel like that's a really good matchup for him with a lot of opportunity. Elliot, welcome. Adunze or Akers, taking the safe road, man. It's a half point. You don't get everything you want from Adunze. Take all the workload with Akers here. Tim's Daily, Olave or Adunze? It's probably Olave, but man, that's tough. Adunze's looked good. The injury with Olave and that O-line makes me a little nervous. I still think I'm rolling out Olave, though. All right, straight cash. Let's see. Judy Pittman, Roshan, Quentin. Judy and Johnston, because we're not quite sure on the other two. Vizzy, welcome in. Allen or Ridley? Allen. Terrified of the Titans, and I think the only one I really want to play outside of the running backs is Hopkins. All right, Dan. Olave, Shaheed, McLaurin. It's going to be Olave still. It's close with McLaurin because it's PPR, but just too much risk still. Metal Nate, welcome in. Love the picture. Meyer, Debo, or Allen? I'm probably going Myers. I just think that he has a more workload. I want to see how they use Allen. I know he had a pretty big game the first time, but he is coming back from injury. So want to see how they use that. Jose, welcome. Passing, touchdowns. Fields, Caleb, Rogers, Richardson. Oh, you need two. So it's going to be Fields and Rogers. Anthony, welcome. Which wide receiver? Robinson. Well, Brian Robinson isn't a wide receiver, but I'd prefer him the most, and then it'd go Lazard. Oh, yeah. I'd bench Wilson and play Lazard and Brian Robinson. Zeppelis. PPR, it's Allen. If it's standard, I'm going Jacobs. So it really depends on you. All right, Glitchy. Waddle or Akers. Still taking the safety here and going with Akers. Should have dropped Z White. If you just need a play for this week, yes. If you're set for this week, no. Bips, Pickens or JSN. Pickens is safer, but there is a lot of upside for JSN. It's just riskier. So it really depends on what you need. I'm rolling out Pickens. My choice, though. Yo Mondo, welcome in. Garrett Wilson or Jennings. It's going to be Wilson just because, again, I don't think Jennings is going to have any usage anymore with Debo and everybody being back and healthy. Who gets more receptions today? Oh, Pickens. That's not even a question right now. All right, Tim. Ramondre or Dobbins? I still believe in Dobbins more, but I'm real worried about that offense in general. Martin, Johnson, Hopkins need just one. If that is Brian Robinson, that's who I'm playing. Otherwise, I'm going to roll out Johnson. Laporta or Cole Kmet. It's probably Laporta with Allen coming back. That just kind of ruins Kmet for most people. Bill, how's it going? Start 3. Okay, it's going to be Rice, Flowers, and probably more, but it's honestly close with London. Yeah, I know you have a great wide receiver core. Everybody's real jealous of it. Nice work, Bill. Goff or Darnold? Darnold. I know there's a lot of upside, but I trust Darnold more at this point. Hopkins or Lockett? Hopkins. PPR, he should see enough targets. I just, again, more worried about Lockett and his usage. Panda, Jennings, Dobbins, or Reed? Reed, definitely more upside. Like I said, Chargers O-line speed up, so Dobbins is more risky, and Jennings is likely relegated back to the shadows with everybody being back and healthy. All right, Dan. Dawes, Myers, Sutton, Shakir, Mooney, Reed. Reed, Myers, and Mooney. E-Money. Let's see. Richardson or Kirk Cousins. Going to go Cousins. I still trust him a little more. That offense seems to be moving until I see more from Richardson or he starts rushing again, staying away from the best I can. Down to 15 minutes. Justin, welcome. Starting Jacoby Myers. And is it a good idea? I mean, I would probably start Lazard over both of them. And most likely I'd do that over Yoshi Voss. But over the other ones, the next closest is probably Sutton in my rankings. So I think you're fine. So please, Allen or to PPR, it's Allen. Jacobs just isn't being used a whole lot in that passing game. All right, Brian G. Standard. Oh, Akers. More seeing tough coverage, and with everybody back and healthy, just easier to do. Okay, Dan. Watson, Palmer, Kirk, Waddle, Ridley. Kirk. Still, yeah. Rodgers or Anthony Richardson. Rodgers. I just can't trust Richardson right now. Michael Green. Welcome. Debo, Scary Terry, Olave, Addison. Sit 1, so I get to sit 1. That's easier. I'm probably going to sit Addison. Got to see what he has first. Murray or Hurts? Murray. Hurts doesn't have any of his weapons. It makes me terrified for him. Elliott, Akers, or Walker. It's going to be Akers. Kwiku. That's an interesting one. New name for me. Christian Kirk or Sutton? Kirk. It's close, though, honestly. Show. Did you touch on Dobbins or Ramondre? I'm still going Dobbins on a slightly better offense. And just am nervous that they get behind and Gibson becomes the one that comes in for the Patriots again. Terrifying. All right, Josh. Evans, Shakir, Harris. It's going to be Harris and I wish Evans was better in this matchup. He usually just does so bad against the Eagles, but it's such a prime opportunity. I still think if you're chasing the upside, it's Evans. You just want the floor at Shakir, but I don't love either option outside of Harris. Lil Wale, need one. Hubbard or Shakir? Hubbard. Love how he's being used. Dalton needs somebody to pass to that's close to the line of scrimmage, and he's the one. Okay, Pablo. Travis, E, or Zach? It's probably Moss just because it's a slightly better matchup for him. Hey, Chuck. Let's see. Pick two. Moro, Dunze, Tutu, or QJ. Probably going to go Moore, and it's honestly close between Atwell and a Dunze. I don't think you go wrong. Just think that Atwell has a little more of a better offense and should see more targets than a Dunze right now, which isn't saying a whole lot, but Genji. Oh, got two Wilsons, Walker, Spears, or Johnston or Hill. Golly. At that point, you're probably going Garrett Wilson, but that's terrifying either way. Sorry, man. That's brutal. All right, well, Browns or 49ers? It's going to be the 49ers. I don't think you go wrong. It's Minshew without any weapons. It's going to be interesting how that goes. Brandon, if it's PPR, it's going to be Judy. If it's half or standard, it's Tucker. All right, Lil Wally. Need one. Ford, Hubbard, McLaurin. It's still going to be Hubbard. It just gives you such a safe floor with how he's being used. Chris, start Irving or Madison. They're, both risky. I think I still go Irving here. Just because I think he's going to be used more, and we're not sure how that split's going to work out in Raider land. Will, yes, I would start Johnson over Wilson. All right, Josh, let's see. Pick two. Walker, Akers, Leggett, Trey. It's going to be Leggett and Akers. Any kind of PPR, I think that helps. Oh, man, I read that Michael Bublé there for a second, got real excited. Start two. Waddle, Dotson, Shakir, Jennings. It's going to be Waddle and Shakir. Again, not sure on how the target distribution works in the Eagles outside of Goddard. And then Debo and everybody being back for the 49ers just turns me off of Jennings. All right, straight cash. 3. Okay, so it's going to be Harris, Cooper, and JSN. The other two are just too risky right now. Hate the matchups for them. Raiders or Texans defense. I'm going to go Texans. Raiders defense is beat up too. They won't have Crosby either, which makes me even more terrified for him. Oh, yeah, it's Lazard, and then it's BTJ. All right, Philippe, pick one. JSN, Williams, Worthy, Pickens. It's probably going to be Pickens. Big upside play potential there. Myers or McConkey. Myers with more targets. Also trust that offense a little more right now. As scary as that is. All right, Chuck. Point per first down. It's probably going to be Dortch. It's close with Douglas, but honestly, don't think you go wrong there. Brandon, Trey Tucker, Judy, Lazard. PPR, it's going to be, well, honestly, everything is going to be Lazard. London or Wilson. It's going to be London. Surtain's going to be all over Wilson today, so terrifies me. Myers or McConkey? Myers. Still Myers. Chuba or Najee? Both fullback. Man. I'm going to go Chuba here. It's awfully close, though. Dortch. Yeah, it's going to be Dortch there. Hubbard or Jacobs? If it's PPR, it's Hubbard. If it's standard, it's Jacobs. If it's half, it probably still goes to Hubbard. And then it's going to be Shakir. But it's close with Wilson. Don't think you... Oh, Daniel's back. Goddard or Shaheed? It's Goddard. Standard Pitts or Bowers? Bowers. PPR Myers or BTJ? Myers. And then PPR Reed, Pickens, Debo. Reed. And then Komet, Strange, Gesicki, or Henry. Then probably Henry. Making it tough on me. All right, Eric. Conklin or Schultz? Schultz. Honestly, closer than I expected it to be, but Schultz. Titans or Dolphins D? Titans D is trash, so I'm going to roll with the Dolphins here. Tyreek, McLaurin, Hopkins. Yeah, and you still are, unfortunately. With Huntley under center, you're rolling out Hill. If it was back to Skyler or Boyle, I'd probably go Hopkins. But yeah, that's brutal. Good luck, Andrew. All right, Michael. Hurts or Caleb? Yeah. That one's tougher. I think I'm actually going to go Williams there. That's terrifying. Never thought that would come out of my mouth. All right, Cincy. Half PPR. Rome, Allen, or Jennings. Need one. Since it's half, I still think you roll a Dunze. I think there's a lot more upside there. But if you want to play it safe, completely understand if you roll out Allen. Pick one, non-PPR. It's going to be Harris. I think that's a good matchup for him. Would say Olave, but him just coming back from injury terrifies me. Hey, Jason, do I pick up him? Pick up Moss? Cook? Yeah, I probably would. I do think Cook is going to be fine, but he needs to fall into the end zone. You too, straight. Happy to help. That's the whole reason I do the show. It's for you guys. Jerome Ford or J.K. Dobbins? It's Ford and then Fields. Terrified of Love and Dobbins right now with all the other issues going on. Trey Tucker or Judy? Since it's PPR, I'm probably going to go Judy, but I honestly can't blame you if you want to chase that upside with Tucker. Good luck, Dan. Hurts or Rodgers? It's probably going to be Rodgers. Ooh, no. Pick up Darnold. Darnold's your safe play. He'll give you a nice solid number. If you want upside, you're probably going to roll with Smith. But at this point, yeah. And I'd drop Rodgers, not Hurts. All right, Jandell. Rich or Darnold? It's going to be Darnold. Again, Richardson hasn't done anything to prove to me that he really deserves the job. So Lazard, just because, again, Wilson's going to have a lot of Surtain on him today. So a lot of opportunities. All right, Zane. Olave, Garrett, or Cooper. Taking the narrative all the way here. Cooper getting revenge on his former team and then going to roll out Olave because Wilson's going to see Surtain. So. Again, just because he's been dealing with injury, I'm going to go with Johnson. I think there's a lot of potential upside there. I know it's risky, but O-line's beat up for the Saints. All right, Mike could use a safer play. It's going to be Schultz today. With Dell out, he's going to should see a good amount of targets. And honestly, of the other options, he's definitely your safe play. Roshan, we aren't sure that Roshan has a job yet, so I'm going to go with Steele. Steele is at least seeing the touches on first to third downs. So if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. We also have all these shows this week. All All right, Louis, Allen or Johnson. Again, not sure that Johnson has a job. I like how Allen's being used. He looks really explosive. Even in this matchup, I still roll in Allen. Sweet. We made it through just in time. All right. Guys, have a good week 4. If you haven't, please make sure you like and subscribe. Really would appreciate it. We are getting to the point that there we go. Perfect. You can, if you are looking for access all the time, Discord is the best way to do that. Otherwise, you can definitely hit up the show tomorrow, which is going to be the waiver wire show. We'll be back Wednesday, me and Neil causing trouble as we speculate on the week and give just random advice and fun on Wednesday. Then I'll be back for the Thursday night countdown. All the degenerates come and get your money on Fridays with Mason and Vishal. And then again, I'll be back on Sundays. Really appreciate y'all. And then, oh yeah, roster resolutions. Go to the website. We have merch. It's fun. And then of course, the most important thing is roster resolution being available where we go through your entire team, help you set up trades, add drops, look at not just your roster, but your entire team, not just your leagues, and kind of help you just figure out what trades will work, how to counter, any of the other options that we think you might need, and really just go in depth there. So, but again, appreciate you all. Hope you have a good week 4. Best of luck. Yeah, man. I'm hoping that everybody just stays healthy and gets healthy from here on out because buys start next week and it's going to be even uglier. So, yeah. Outside of that, I hope everybody has a good week. And remember, as always, to keep up the nonsense.